Hey everybody, and welcome to the second part of our Calabrese retrospective on their discography. We are doing Calabrese 3, They Call Us Death, and Dayglo Necros. We're, like I said, in the previous episode, this is a really, important band for me, so I'm really excited to be doing these episodes. And more importantly, I'm really excited to be doing these specific albums that we're doing today. And, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it.
So we're doing, They Call Us Death, which came out...
Calabrese 3, They Call Us Death.
2010. We listened to the remastered version.
Yes.
Which came out, I think, a year ago.
No, it came out. It came out I think 2 years ago, 2 or 3, something like that. Either way,
Not 2010.
Either way, the point is we listened to the version that is approved by the band.
And the thing is, I've listened to the original version, and I understand why they remastered it. It's just I don't think it was the best mix they could do. Yeah. But anyway, this one is an interesting album. I don't want to say it's wild. I don't think it's widely forgotten. I don't think so.
I was going to say, I think this one's talked about lesser than other records because of the fact that they were very dissatisfied with the mixing.
And it's also in between Traveling and Dayglo, which is like two albums that have hits.
Yeah.
This song has hits.
Well, and also, also remember, this was in between that era of... This was towards the end of that era where it's put out an album and tour, whereas with Dayglo Necros on, it was there was always some kind of weird YouTube campaign or storyline or whatever they were doing through their web series that they would do. This one didn't really have that. I think most of it was the title. It was they would ask fans to come up with a title for the third album, and then this was the winner. That being said, as far as an album that they don't usually talk about that much or don't really mention a lot, I think this is a really good album. Up to this point, this was peak. It was you thought this was going to be final form Calabrese. It was 3, and then this is what it was going to be every album. And I'm kind of glad it wasn't, but not in a negative way, in a positive way. This definitely feels like they took the best traits of the first 2 albums, and I think they really perfected it. I really feel like they took the style from the first 2 records, and then the expansion in the second record, and really perfected it. And they really realized, people like our hooks. And this is of the 3, this is their most hooky record.
What's your best?
Me, They Call Us Death, Near Twilight. I remember the first time I heard the song, I was sitting in your car, and our friends, Redman and Eric, I don't know if they actually had the CD or if they had a burnt copy.
They had a burnt copy because this was back in the day. They had a burnt copy, but it was it had most of They Call Us Death, but then they also had some Traveling.
Yeah, it was
it was a weird.
Yeah, and I remember them putting this one.
But it was out of order too. It was this one was first, and then Traveling.
Yeah, but I remember them putting this particular song on, and it just I was because I liked Calabrese at this point, but this was the song that made me I need to know everything about this band. I need to I need all the records. I need this. I need that.
This album was an introduction to me. This was my introduction to Calabrese. And and then I was like, oh, I really dig them. And then the next album comes out, and I'm like, oh, then now I'm knee deep. So what was the best? Oh, you said
Near Twilight. I just think this one is this is peak. This is peak Calabrese at that point, where it's it's just fast, aggressive, but hooky and very it's like I said I feel like they are masters of taking old school rock and roll, but with the punk element. And I think this is that one song where it's if you need to show somebody one example, they don't have time to listen to the record, you need to pick one song. This is the song that you would show someone and say, this is Calabrese.
Mine is, I'm just going to straight up say it is my favorite Calabrese song of their entire discography. It's my favorite song. I remember listening to this on loop a lot. It's Deep in the Red.
Deep in the Red is also really good.
This song, the chorus, when they say Deep in the Red, there's a bass to that voice when he says very kind of low. And And they do the same thing with Everything You Know. It's like that line.
And when they
then they have the woes after, like, oh my god.
And it's like when they said baby, I felt that.
Yeah. It gives me chills sometimes when I listen to the song. I'm like, this is such a good song. And the remaster on vinyl sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So go buy the vinyl.
Yeah, I mean this whole record is just really,
it's tough.
It's really good. My only real like complaint with this record is, like, I feel like the songs towards the second half aren't quite as strong as the first half. Mm-hmm. But again, in no way, shape, are they weaker? Yes. Are they weak? No.
Yeah, I agree with this one.
And that being said, we move on to the fourth Calabrese album.
No, what are your least? What is your least? Jump the gun there. I jumped the gun last week. You jumped the gun this week.
And you know why? Because it was hard to pick a. It was hard to pick a least.
I'll pick a worst.
Well, no. I picked one. It's just I didn't want to pick one, and I just.
We can't. You said we're not.
I know what I said. So I'm gonna pick it. Blood of the Wolf. It just. It's just like I said. I think it's the weakest song. Not weak, but like I could take it or leave.
Mine is The Machine of Instant Death.
Really?
That's fine.
Oh my god! It's one of that's one of my favorite.
Hellfire is also
I was gonna say that's one of my favorite songs of the second half.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not bad songs, but I could live without them. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If they weren't on the album, I'm gonna be heartbroken. That's the point. I guess that's how I rank things.
All right. And now,
in 2012, 2 years later,
we get to the fourth Calabrese album, Dayglo Necros. This album is like
just say it. It's awesome.
It's a fantastic album. This is like the beginning, I think, of their evolution. Like to the untrained ear, it sounds exactly like 1, 2, and 3. But they're definitely getting experimental.
There's a je ne sais quoi. I feel like this is the moment that really crafts the future. This is the album where you're like, because the first 3 albums, they're nice little hard punk albums. They're good hard punk albums. But this one, I feel like they finally kind of find that thing that makes them stand from the pack. That unique X factor that is needed. Like, they have kind of like this kind of like rock and roll feel to it now.
Yeah, like the breakthrough. This is the one that this is like the one. I would almost say you could even use this as like the gateway album.
Yes.
Like the one to get someone into Calabrese.
And it's also a great cover.
The artwork's really good. It introduced the character of Dayglo from their web series and the video for.
And I
want to say it was the Coffin of Ruin video.
It is, because it's like a making of video, but it turns into my favorite video of this whole album is Ghost Wolves.
I knew you were gonna say Ghost.
Because when they turn into and they have like just like the regular Halloween mask doing like the mouse going, I love it. This is where this is also where
was it? No, I think it was the Dead Don't Rise video.
It is. Sorry, it is.
That's my favorite.
Because there's another one that's like kind of like a samurai showdown.
Yeah. The Dead Don't Rise video is their best video to date. As far as I'm concerned.
That's another thing to point out, that this album is also the start. Not only is the breakthrough of like their style is starting to solidify as like that's the Calabrese style and not a hard punk style.
Yeah.
And also I want to say the sense of humor. They have a sense of humor to them. Like, I'm not saying they did it before, but they definitely do now.
Yeah, this is when because they started doing more. Because Voices of the Dead was on the second album. I don't think the third album got a music video for any of the songs. Not that I'm aware of.
I don't remember.
But this is where not only are they doing more music videos, because there was 3 of them, I believe. There might have been a 4th, but I know there was one for Coffin of Ruin, one for Dead Don't Rise, and then one for Ghost Wolves. And they were really showing off their sense of humor. They were showing off, I think they were showing more of their personalities with the videos. Like, not just the personalities of the songs, but the personalities of themselves. And, because people were already kind of seeing that with, like, their vlogs and their web series and stuff like that. And I think, incorporating it into the visual aspect of the music, I think was a genius on their part. And it really, and I think that's what helps make them a very people's band. They're a band that, like, you like the music, but you also like them. Yeah. And, like, you almost feel like part of the Calabrese family.
Yeah, so what, I guess I'll start with my favorites.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
I mean, obviously, Coffins of Ruin is great, and Dead Don't Rise is great, and Ghost Souls are great, but I'm going to go with a total a totally unknown one. I love History of Nothing. I love this song. I love the chorus a lot.
Yeah.
It has a kind of like a 50s. I think our friends were like, it kind of reminds you of Happy Days, and I'm like, I guess it doesn't remind me of Happy Days at all. But I get the the woes, and it's such a cool theme to the idea. But of course, Coffins and Ruins is a great song too. I love that song.
I went into this thinking it was going to be Dead Don't Rise because, I love the video. I get it stuck in my head all the time. But I don't know what it was about this listen through, but the song Darkhold really made an impression on me.
Darkhold and Red Slash are a good 1-2 combo.
It's like the hooks are really good, the aggression's there, the speed is there, all that stuff's there. But it just, I don't know, maybe it was just one of those things where, like, any other time, I would really like the song, it would have been an honorable mention, but I just feel like maybe I'm at that place in life where Darkhold really, like, hits me. And, like I said, listening to it for this one, like, just, it kept coming back, and I have to say Darkhold. I really think it's an underrated song. I don't know if they do it live, or if they do, I don't know if they don't do it live often, but this is one that I think they should really do live more often, if they don't.
Least favorite, like I said, there's no bad Calabrese song, but one I just wasn't digging was, I gotta remember, I gotta say the name exactly right.
Oh god, I know which one you're talking about.
Hungry Are the Dogs. I don't really like the song that much. I think you could have took the song out, the album fine. Like I said, that I don't know. It's right. It also it sucks because it's right before History of Nothing, so you get that song's awesome.
Yeah.
The song before it, I gotta remember what was the song before it. I gotta look at my list. Oh, Red Slash. Like I feel like you go from Darkhold, Red Slash, Hungry Are the Dogs, then History of Nothing.
It's like it's like a sandwich with really great bread and some very okay meat in the middle.
Yeah, it's not a bad song. It's very in the middle.
Hungry Are the Dogs almost was my pick, and then I listened to Bring Us Hell, and again, not bad, just compared to everything else, kind of weak. Weaker, but not weak as a whole, like as an actual song. One thing I wanted to point out that I didn't think about until just now, but I realized the pacing on this album, I think, is a lot better than some of the other ones. I feel like where the first three, they kind of took like their highest points of the record and put them towards the front, and then the second half kind of got the, not bad but okay stuff. I think this one really was paced so good that I didn't get that feeling at all through this one. Again, not saying that those second half songs are bad. I can't say that enough.
I kind of feel like after Red Slash it lowers a little bit, but then History of Nothing comes back up, and then the songs after that don't live up to History of Nothing. To me, this is my opinion. Not saying they're all terrible songs. We keep on apologizing, but we have to reiterate: there's no bad Calabrese song.
And Calabrese are one of my favorite bands. I don't want them to think I don't like anything they do. If they see this, I don't know.
But yeah, that's our thoughts on also the rankings. The rankings are. So this is where it starts getting divisive between us.
So I'm gonna go first on this one because I already know you and I have, because when it comes to music, we're very different, and I have a feeling it's gonna do that as well. And I'd rather, I more or less have an idea of what you would do. I don't know if you 100% have an idea of what I would do. So here's where I would go. Number 1, Dayglo Necros. Number 2, Calabrese 3, They Call Us Death. Did I say 2 or 3? I think I said
that was number 2.
Number 3 is 13 Halloweens, and then number 4 is Traveling Vampire Show.
Yep, our list is different. Okay, so I'm gonna go best to worst on this, and then keep in mind we've done Soundcheck for about a year and a half or whatever, maybe 2 years. This may be one of the hardest lists I've ever had to make.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest.
I thought
Ozzy, great albums.
Because we thought Ozzy was going to be the hardest choice. Then we did Calabrese.
This one's hard. So I'm going with number 1, Traveling.
Really?
Number 2, Traveling has a lot of great songs on it. Number 2, Dayglo Necros. Okay. Which I was shocked. Walking into this, I thought Dayglo Necros was going to be a little higher up. But it isn't. They Call Us Death after that.
Alright.
And then 13 Halloweens.
Oh yeah, because Wade hates debut albums. I've noticed a trend on this show. I noticed a trend.
I mean, last time we did Mastodon, they call us they call it was it
Call the Mastodon.
They call us Mastodon.
The technical first album.
I got
technically. I was gonna say.
Okay.
Or chronologically, I should say, not technically.
We went through watch those episodes, I guess.
But yeah, and if you notice the trend of hating debut albums, let them know how you feel about it. And if you're in a band that only released one album, really let them have it.
You can just let us know in the comment section below.
That's right, and you can also like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be told about any new Mint Condish productions by Mint Condish Productions. So you can keep up to date with us, and you can also comment and tell us how wrong we are, how we know nothing about the discography, how we know nothing about what makes music. You can let us know.
But Scott, what's that about?
What's it about?
Yeah.
Violence.
So next week we're concluding our discography, unless by the time this airs they've released the new album.
Yeah, because knowing them, they might surprise us and shit.
But we're gonna do Born with the Scorpion's Touch and Lust for Sacrilege next week.
That's right.
So tune in, subscribe, share, like, whatever. Just do it.
That's right. So till next time, I'm Scott.
And I'm Wade.
Reminding you that rock and roll never forgets, and neither do we.
Yeah.
See you next time.